Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to GoDadFarming. As you might remember on the last episode, we left our lime trailer and our large tractor back over at the other field. Just have to finish liming our, well, now presumed grass field. I think we decided on that, but I'm not 100% sure yet. We will definitely have that decided by the end of this episode, 100%. We have to, make a decision and just stick to it. So gotta head over. It's bright and early. We don't have any employees here yet, so we're just gonna kind of get off to a good start in the morning, and hopefully everything will go nice and smooth for us today. As we only have pretty much today to get all our field prep done, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be planting some beans. And here she is, that beautiful case we bought yesterday. Spent quite a bit of money yesterday between the tractor and this lime trailer, so we definitely have to get some money coming in, whether we do that in way of contracts or if we could just maybe get a greenhouse or two up and running at the farm. That would probably be best case scenario, but yeah, we just got to get some money coming in. We don't want to go all the way down to zero. We don't want to bankrupt ourselves right at the start here. We're only 2 days into the farm. We did end up getting all the other fields limed, so there is that. So really it's just about making sure this gets done as quickly as possible before our other employees come in, and I'm sure we'll have more jobs for them to do in a little bit. We are definitely going to run out of lime before we finish this field, so we'll probably have to run to the store at some point and get some more. With that said, I do still want to make sure, even though we're trying to make money, I still want to make sure we're checking all the used sales categories. You never know when a deal's going to pop up, and sometimes when a big deal pops up, you have to take it, even if it's going to financially stress you, because the equipment's expensive, and if you wait for it down the road to buy it at full price, you may find yourself in a little bit of trouble. So we will, when we go to get lime, we'll check the used sales portion of the shop, see what they have, and if they have anything, we'll consider taking it, but obviously that's not going to be our number one goal. I would like to try and get some contracts done today. I'm not sure quite what's on the docket in terms of that. We'll have to take a look at the contracts, but at some point we do have to do a couple of them. We have to get some money in here. There are still a few things we need even to get started here at the farm. I would like to try and focus on getting a greenhouse or some sort of passable income that we don't really have to do a whole lot for. If it means I have to run for water every day, then so be it. I'll do that, or we'll find a different way to get water. I know a lot of people have been planting small rice crops to get free water, but I'm not sure if that's something I'm really interested in doing or not. So we might just have to try and find some sort of water tank and haul it back and forth between the farm and whatever water source we can find. Alright, so I just ran out of lime, about 3/4 of the way through the field too, so that's unfortunate that we didn't quite make it to the end, but it's not really a big deal. So we're gonna hop on the road here, and we are going to go down to the store. Hopefully they're open. I do think they have somebody that gets there pretty early, so we'll just have to see, but I think we should be alright to grab some lime out of there. I do have to say, at nighttime, especially, well, not nighttime, but early morning in the fog with the lights shining, this game really does look really darn good. I do actually like it. Sometimes the fog can be a bit much, but in my opinion, they did a really good job with that portion. For those of you that are tuning in, because I do notice there's a lot of you guys tuning in, I really appreciate that. Let me know if you have any suggestions on, the order we should do things, the order we should sort of prepare our farm, what we should work towards, any sort of goals you think we should try and accomplish. Let me know down in the comments, and, we'll try out everybody's suggestions and everybody's sort of ideas that they may have. We'll try them out because, quite honestly, I may not be as experienced as some of the other streamers that you guys watch. Alright, so we got one 2,000 liter big bag of lime. I'm hoping that's enough. It really should be. I mean, if not, we might just leave what's on the field. I don't think it'll hurt it too much. Obviously, it'll hurt our yield, but if it's not limed, but at the same time, like I've said in the past, nothing has to be perfect, and nothing's really gonna be perfect for us. So we're just gonna work with what we got now. Somebody told me recently that I actually do my field prep out of order, and that I'm actually supposed to fertilize before I lime, which I guess I didn't know. I usually lime, then fertilize, then plant, and then in the next growth stage I fertilize again. So maybe I've been doing it wrong this whole time, but it hasn't seemed to really hurt too much of what I'm doing. So I'm not really 100% certain, but if I am doing something incorrectly, let me know. Tell me. I'll change how I'm doing it if it's incorrect. But we had literally just enough lime to complete that field. We have 157 liters left. I literally, like, I thought we weren't gonna have enough, but apparently we did. So that's actually really great news. We're gonna go take this trailer back over to the farm. I'll probably leave the lime in it for now. Well, I don't know. I need to put fertilizer in this thing, so I'm probably gonna take the lime out, and then we will go put fertilizer in it, I guess. Um, I have to look and see. I have to look and see if I can fertilize right after I lime, or if I have to wait, or what. So we're gonna have to take a look at our information inside the farm. All right, so I wasn't going to bore you guys with all the driving back and forth to the shop, but I did go and purchase fertilizer. That set us back a lot of money. And we didn't even get a completely full trailer of fertilizer. So we're going to have to really think about whether or not it's going to be beneficial or not beneficial. Obviously, it's going to be beneficial, but like worth it to fertilize the grass field, because that field is pretty big. Now we do want to definitely fertilize the fields that are going to grow our beans in. So I don't know. We just have a lot to think about. If it's not going to be worth it money wise, then I don't really want to spend, $16,000 to fill up our trailer every time. So um, we got to make decisions. There's a lot of decisions we have to make coming up pretty soon. I actually think I'm going to actually take this back, and hook up the I'm going to hook the fertilizer spreader up to the small tractor, I think. And just have it kind of ready for an employee. We'll probably leave an employee to fertilize that field, I'm thinking. So let's open up the barn for the day. It really is a beautiful barn. Get that running and say it. Yeah, he's still. Look at Grandpa's over there just staring still. Oh, yay. All right, focus. We got to focus on our task here. The clock's always ticking, so we got to stay focused. Don't worry about Grandpa. He's going to stare whether we know it or not. All right, so we've got our worker spreading that fertilizer. Now, I was told when we moved here by somebody down at the local coffee shop that the workers around here for the fields, everybody who has jobs around here is pretty knowledgeable about what they're doing, and they're pretty intelligent about how they run their equipment. So I'm hoping that if we walk away, we won't have any issues. Now I am kind of nervous, obviously, but it's okay. We're gonna let her do her thing, and we'll come back and check on her in a little bit. In the meantime, while she's doing the field work, I actually picked up a contract for us to go do some cultivating at another local farm. I figured we have the cultivator, we have the tools. Let's go get it done. It is a little bit of a drive to this contract, but for the amount of money they're going to be paying us, I think it's well worth the small drive that we got to take. And not to mention, we could check out some of these other farms and fields on the way, and maybe we could even find something that we might be interested in the future to buy. Personally, I like all this land out here. It's pretty flat. Obviously, it's on a little bit of a hill, but in terms of land around here, it's probably about as flat as we're gonna see in Riverbend Springs. All right, so we're here. I'm not gonna lie, this field is a little bit bigger than what I had first thought it was, but that's okay. You know what? All we could do is get down to work and try to make some money. Okay, just getting back from doing that contract. Everything went nice and smooth. We made about $4,000. So not much. It may have taken a little bit longer than I wanted, so I may not do another cultivating contract like that again. But that's neither here nor there currently. So now our employee did finish fertilizing all those fields, including the grass fields. So I just have to figure out what on earth to do. Well, I miscalculated our fertilizer. Obviously, when we initially left, I had thought that we bought way too little, but it turns out that we actually have a crap ton of fertilizer left over. We only used about 1,500 liters of fertilizer, so that's a little bit unexpected. That's not a bad thing. We did spend a lot of money on that, but the good news is we can actually use that down the road, so that's no big deal whatsoever. So I'm just kind of bringing this seeder out to this field right now, just kind of getting it ready. We can't plant anything, I think, until tomorrow, but that's all right. It never hurts to be prepared. With that said, I did make sort of a mistake in my thought process. I thought we'd be able to do green beans, or soybeans rather, but we can't because our seeder does not actually have the capability to plant soybeans. So we're going to switch to long grain rice. Now, it is quite a bit less of a money-making venture. However, it's a new crop, and I think it's going to be pretty fun to check it out. So I think we're just going to go with that for now. Obviously, we're going to try to maybe get a greenhouse and maybe even some cattle at some point not too far from now. But so I mean, that crop's gonna have to change, whether it's to something that makes us a little more money, or it's just something to keep the cattle going. One of the two. We're gonna have to, those 3 fields are gonna have to change. In fact, I might even combine those 3 fields here soon. I'm not quite sure just yet. But regardless, for right now, that's going to get us started, and at least we'll have some sort of money being in the ground. All right, I'm heading over to the store to pick up something that we had to rent. I just want to explain to you guys, whenever I say that I don't want to spend money, or I don't think we can spend money, it typically means that at some point I am going to spend money that I shouldn't spend, and that's kind of what I did here. Now, I had to rent this water trailer, this water tank, because we made a little purchase back at the farm, and I'm going to show you guys what it is once we get back. But right now, I'm going to go... I wonder if I could sneak down here to get some water. Let's go check out this bank a little bit. I don't think the tractor will be a problem running here, so we're just going to... Oh, I can't get water there, guys. That's pretty darn steep if you ask me. So we're going to go around the map a little bit, search for an easy access to water real quickly. Alright, I think I found us some water access. Now, whether or not I could back this trailer in where we need to, I'm not sure. Hopefully our neighbors don't mind us cutting across here. We don't own this land, so I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with it. Everybody seems pretty friendly around here. Alright, let's see. Oh, maybe not. I thought I saw an area that I could just come on down and scoop up. That's probably as good as it's gonna get right over here. I don't know how I feel about this. Well, we're gonna have to try. I'm probably not going to be able to back this trailer up. I guess I should try before I go in the water. Yeah, this is gonna be a mess. Alright, I'm gonna have to risk it for the biscuit here. We need this water, and quite honestly, shy of driving all the way around the map. Oh, this is such a do not ever do this at home. Oh my god, look at the angle I'm at. That is such a terrible idea. It's a good thing we have this tractor, because the Kubota never would have pulled this thing up over that bank like this just did. I wish I caught that on camera. Alright, so here we are. We did purchase a mushroom greenhouse. So I was sort of looking around at different things. I was looking at the fruit and vegetable greenhouses, and honestly, they don't seem to be bringing in as much money as what they were in the last game. So decided to just kind of go on a spree and spend the money and buy this greenhouse. I think I'm also going to buy a supplementary water tank like we had at the old farm. I think that worked out good. I didn't have to fill it as often, and it was just kind of nice to not be able to have to go fill it all the time. Alright, so I think I have the mushrooms set up properly. We are going to probably call it a day right now. I think that's pretty much all we can do today. Tomorrow we need to get all this stuff planted and seeded, and hopefully, well, actually, I might be able to go plant the grass right now. If I could do that, we definitely probably should do that as soon as possible, because we want to be able to get as many growth stages out of a season as we can. Alright, so we're going to plant our grass. We get this field all planted up, plant our grass, so this way it's all done. This way, tomorrow when we can plant the long grain rice, that's really all we're going to have to do. We're not going to have to worry about this field over here so much. My hope with this grass field is that we can get 2 to 3 full growth mows out of it, and we could sort of just keep all those bales, get them wrapped, and hold on to them for silage. Now, unlike our 10-day challenge, we are going to try our absolute best to hold on to the bales until they reach their highest sale point, because right now our goal is to build enough money so we could just keep buying the stuff we need to build this farm up. So there's no reason to sell off quick just to make a quick buck. We're gonna try to make as much money as we can at the right time. So as long as we're not running out of money and in dire need of the money, we'll hang on to them. So I'm thinking probably, I didn't look at the prices, but my guess would be late December, early January is when they're gonna probably sell the best. So, but I'm hoping 3 mows, that should give us, I don't know, if I had to guess, maybe 60, 70 bales. If that's just a guess. I mean, obviously you guys know as well as I do, I've been wrong more often than not. So, um, we'll just have to see, but we should get quite a bit of stuff out of this field. I mean, it's good size. We're doing everything right so we can get the maximum yield that we possibly can. So with any luck, things are going to go really well, and we're going to make a lot of money off this field. Now, the fields up near the farm that we're going to plant with long grain rice, I'm not sure how that's going to work out. So being that it's going to be our first time doing rice, we're just going to have to sort of play it by ear and do the best we can with it. Honestly, one of the best things we have going for us right now is the fact that we have literally no loans taken out, so we don't have to pay back any loans right now. So that is certainly a plus as we get started here. We don't really have any money coming out for that, so it's mostly wages and just buying equipment or leasing equipment, stuff like that. So I'm gonna cut across this yard here. I'm gonna take this planter back. I'm going to place it over on the first field, so this way it's ready for when we need it first thing tomorrow morning. We don't have to worry about pulling it out of the shed or anything like that. We can just come out to the field and get started on seeding up these fields immediately. With everything else being said, that's going to be the end of our work day. It is probably a little early to be quitting, but you know what? We got a lot done today. It wasn't super eventful, but all of our work got done. We ended up getting that grass field limed, and then we went back. We got everything fertilized with the help of our workers. Um, we did a quick contract, which we found out probably wasn't worth it in the end. It took a lot of time, and honestly, I'm just not a fan of earning $4,000 and taking up about half the day. But we also got the grass field seeded, and we have to wait until tomorrow to get everything else seeded anyway. So at this point, that's just a good place to stop. Now, with that being said, if you enjoyed today's video, eventful or not, definitely think about leaving a like if you'd like to. And if you'd like to subscribe, I also appreciate all the support that you guys give me. It's been wonderful seeing all the views and all the subscriptions and even all the comments. If you have something to suggest, or if you want to yell at me that I did something wrong, feel free. I'm more than willing to read your comments and maybe even talk about them in the next stream. So appreciate all the support, guys. I hope you guys all have a great afternoon or morning or whatever time of day it may be that you're watching this, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios.